Well, welcome back to Soda City Live, everyone. The Circle of Restorative and Energizing Support for Teachers presents an immaculate event, a wonderful event, Teachers and Everyone. We call it the Circle of Rest. Along with the Stronger Thread Network, they will be partnering to host a re-energizing event to share practical tips and strategies to incorporate something everyone needs in their daily routines, rest. Registration for this event is now open, and here to share more details about the Circle of Rest is the founder, Veronica Primus, and one of the presenters for this year's event, Tamika Isaac Divine. Thank you both so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's great being here.
I remember when you came on Soda City Live, what was that, maybe a year ago?
Yes.
And you talked about Circle of Rest, but it had more of an emphasis on teachers at that time.
Yes.
For those who don't have the pleasure of knowing about your organization and why you started this, Ms. Primus, bring us up to speed.
Okay, well, it all started with during the pandemic, and teachers and other educators, like I have to say, administrators, bus drivers, cafeteria workers, everybody was leaving their profession because of the stress. We know about the income, we know about working conditions, but personal stress was really taking a toll on everyone. And before I retired, I'm retired now, but before I retired, there were so many educators who were complaining, who took days off, who left, quit in the middle of the year because of stress.
Yeah.
So I said, well, when I retire, I really wanted to see what I can do. And got with some other community people. We know there are organizations out there that address mental health issues, but the average person does not seek that help. They're afraid, they're intimidated, they're embarrassed. So we wanted to present sort of a middle road for people to come and say, well, let me make it fun. Let me make it like a retreat.
Nice.
And offer resources for those people.
One of the people that knows about being busy and having their life on the go all the time would be you. This is Tamika Isaac Divine, and the importance of rest.
Yes.
What would be your message to those attending this program on November 3rd?
Well, what I want to communicate to everyone is that self-care is not only, it's not a luxury, it's required. And that in order to be able to give of ourselves to our community, to our families, to our jobs, we have to take care of ourselves. And so I'm going to share some strategies that I employ as a busy working mom who's involved in the community. How do I take care of myself, but how do I also give back to the community in a way that doesn't feel like it's work or anything, but it is part of who I am. And so hopefully the participants will say, you know, you can be active in the community, you can be active in your family, but you also can take care of yourself in the same way.
Yeah, so what you do may it not be in addition, but a part of you.
Exactly.
I like that. That's a great way to look at it. And I see that, Ms. Primus, you're doing something special for college students, because this is a message that can reach all ages and people in all stages of life, because college students, they can attend as well.
Yes.
Only $10 with their student ID.
Right, only $10, because I've heard from so many college students. I have 3 granddaughters who are in college right now, and they talk about the stress that students are going through. You have students who are threatening suicide, who drop out, who can't finish because it's not just the work, but the stress of life. And so I want to be able to reach out and help them as well, give them some resources, and feel that they can talk to other people about what they're going through.
Yes, that's so important. And as a mother, you mentioned that. I mean, when you're a mother, that's a job alone by itself with the young children. I don't want to give too much of your presentation away, but what is one piece of advice that you would like viewers to walk away with today and those attending as well?
Well, one of the things is that as a family-oriented person, you can do stuff that sometimes you consider work or responsibility, whether it's at church or in community or whatever, but you bring your family along with you and make it, make it a family outing. You know, I do community cleanups and I take my kids and they enjoy it.
Yeah.
And so that's something that you're having the time spending with your family, but you're also fulfilling the commitment that you might have to the community.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for what you're both doing in the community. One more thing we want to mention is your featured speaker this year, Dr. Sandra Dalton-Smith, who is a medical doctor specializing in what, Ms. Primus?
Yes, she wrote a book called Sacred Rest, and it's excellent. I read it several years ago, and I've seen her videos online, and I reached out to her because as a medical doctor, an internist, she's figured out the mind, body, spirit connection.
Wow.
So she's going to talk about the 7 aspects of rest. She said, just because you go to sleep at night doesn't mean you're rested, right? So she
know
teaches you how to rest
Yes.
from your head through your body, your spirit. And her books will be for sale as well. So she's flying in at a special favor to our organization at a reduced rate because she's been on national television. She's worked internationally and very well known in her field. So we're so happy to have her and honored. And along with Sheriff Lott, I want to mention that he'll be there as well because he's devoted to talking about mental health and wellness as a way to reduce violence.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a dynamic program.
Yes,
We
it
want
is.
you all to be able to go as well. The Circle of Rest is going to be at the Palmer Memorial Chapel, right there on Fontaine Place Road in Columbia, Friday, November the 3rd. You see all the dynamic and powerful people that are going to be in the building, including Dr. Monica Scott, Cheryl Hinton Harris, Jelena Popovic, Tamika Isaac Devine, Sheriff Leon Lott, and of course, the guest speaker, Dr. Sandra Dalton Smith. Registration, only $25. It's from 12 to 6. And don't forget, college students that you can attend as well, $10 with your student ID. We'll have this full interview online at SodaCityLive.com. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.